This is Ultimate Battle Analysis number 1, and this is Naruto Storm Connections online ranked fights, guys. I'm going to help you get better at the game, and I'm going to help this guy get better at the game, even though I don't know him. I'm just doing it out of the goodness out of my heart to try to help everyone. So you can see he wasn't ready, he switched. He didn't use the support switch tech to get the free Jitsu and switch counter to come back, which would have came back every 4 seconds instead of like 30, 15, or 20 seconds. So here he's actually going in really well with the Shisui Jitsu, but I don't think, see, he messed up. See the counter? He didn't switch properly. He's actually, the support should already be back, and now he's being jailed, so he's not doing it properly. If you want the tutorial on that, how to get your supports to recover faster, check out my channel. I'll link it in the description below. But now he's in trouble. He's in a defensive state because he's basically not using his resources properly. He's in his sub-trap, Tamari's sub-trap, and really, these are punishes, and now he's in Shikamaru's sub-trap, shadow stitching, and now I have combo time, and he's getting comboed. And some people will think, well, they'll look at this, right? Combo to ultimate, great stuff. This was a big mistake. He wasn't ready when he started, right? He got stuck and punished by the sub-trap jitsus. It's not that I have a bad team or a broken team. His team is just as strong, if not more broken. It's just more skill-based, and he's not using it properly, right? Like, did he do the proper switching again? No, he didn't. He did have a nice layered attack, but he's playing a little bit more casually and a little nonchalant. He had a nice counter finally, but he missed a lot of his counters before. Now he's making really good counter reads, and I love to see it. Now he's doing the right thing. I'm up 2 substitution bars, right? He has 2, I have 4. So he's doing the right thing by kind of throwing shurikens, staying away, but then he countered for no reason, which would, which doesn't really make sense, but now he's getting comboed again. You have to play a lot more defensively, even if it's lagging. I don't know if it's lagging for him or not. For me, it's not. But the only thing I can possibly think of is he's just getting, it looks like he's in bad positioning, and now I'm restanding him. Now he's in big, big trouble. Here I'm just mashing to win, because a lot of times you can do that. You can't do that all the time. A lot of times people will catch you on that. But, yeah, I mean, even here, he should have thrown out the Amaterasu, switched, and then went into Shisui. But now what he's doing is he's relying on Itachi's weak guard and weak defense to win in the game, and it's not going to help him. And he's already down again. A lot of it is poor positioning. Amazing Chidori. Perfect use of this support in Chidori. Take note of that. A lot of it is bad positioning, right? Like, he was relying on Shisui to save him there with the blades, but he didn't reliably take him out. Like, he didn't reliably summon Shisui, so now he's getting destroyed. So that's what he's supposed to do at the beginning. You're going to see him do a lot better now. I think he was maybe lagging a little bit or distracted a little bit before, but we hit him there, and very nice. He's finally doing Jitsu entries. I like to see it. And we use the Lightning Wolf. See how I went back a little bit, then use Shikamaru. You got to change your spacing and positioning. You have to use walk tech to do that. And here, using the Gale Wind Dance Jitsu again, and we're going in supported by our bags in the air combos, which is what you're supposed to do. And here we just used that Jitsu to fly around, but then the Amaterasu got us, so that was really good. He actually got some value there with his support. So here, I don't know, that Shisui Jitsu, I don't use Shisui that much, but I use the other 2 characters. I feel like he should have just use the Halo Dance. Like, it's one of those situations where, like Pain, where you just use Universal Pull most of the time, but like, I know there's certain situations for the other Jitsu, but I mean, online, you probably just want to go with that. Now, this was really interesting. I did that on purpose and trapped him into a grab and basically did unpredictable play style, right? So, I did some strategy there. I did a mix-up, and I had unpredictability. But now he's doing really good with this Sasuke. He's getting some combos. He realizes that this Sasuke has good combo priority, and combo priority is good in this game. So Itachi is not really it for him. He wasn't doing good with Itachi. Sasuke is much better, and he adapted, and he realized that. And now we're using the bags here to jail and to keep him pinned down. Once again, I just avoided that Shisui Jitsu went back in. So I feel like the Fire Jitsu is much better. And, I'm not disrespecting him or anything like that. Just playing, and there it is. Good guard manipulation on his behalf. And that fireball wasn't that great. That's okay. He rebounded in time. He did a really good rebound. He avoided the fireball, and another good counter. So he's got a few of those good counters. Very good there with the sidestep. Very good skill. I enjoyed it. Good counter again, so he's doing really well. We got him into jail here, and another lightning wolf, but it didn't look like he did too much. Let's see. Wow, that lightning blade is going crazy. Instant guard break. You know, we're probably both losing a little bit of frames, but the game is playable for sure. Let's see what happens. I have no subs, and he's not coming to me. He made a really big mistake here. When I have no substitution bars and you have subs, you have to go to your opponent. He completely sold there, through, and messed up. He had a lot of time, and you only have so much time. You need to get in there and do that. So this person is skilled, but they make a lot of mistakes, and some parts of their game are very refined and good, and a lot of other parts of their game are sloppy. Another lightning wolf there. You don't see that playstyle, right? Where it's a timed strategic playstyle with Kakashi, where you're not just mashing, you use mash some of the time. But that's like 3 lightning wolves I did, and nobody even does 1 usually. 2 or 3, that's crazy that I did that. And here we're starting to do the lightning blade, and there, that's perfect. That's what he should be doing. But he needs to be using Shisui's movement to be getting in better advantageous positions. He really should not be on Itachi at all. Even I am not on Itachi that much when I play him. You use him as a utility. Use him for his movement, use him for his jutsus, and you use him for combo time. When you finally get the subs down, you can switch into him. That's how you use Itachi. If you are wondering, in this game, Itachi is really weak because of the defense stat in this game. So that is just for people that didn't understand that. A lot of you understand and know that nobody uses Itachi. I'm one of the few people that do. Some people did before, but even they complained about it, and they didn't understand that this is why you don't use Itachi. Look, you take a lot of damage. Look at the damage that he just took. He's like a level 2 or something like that, so he basically has no armor, no defense, nothing. You know, like, you got to be really careful. I like Itachi. I think he's one of the best characters in the game that's skill-based with a high skill ceiling, but he's like Indra, where if he gets touched, if he gets hit, is done for him. So you got to be really careful. You don't really want to be on him. If anything, you want to be on Sasuke because he has the speed. He does have the lower defense, but at least he will get hit priority in that kind of thing. So here we got combo time again, and here, okay. That's okay. We're rewatching this, but there we go. Good Chidori. Let's see what happens here. Good jail and good guard pressure. It's okay. We're rewatching this, but we're going to see what else we can come up with here. So as you can see there, he miscountered, and that cost him a lot. I don't think that was the greatest of decisions. The ninja tool was really good, but being, caught in Tamari's jutsu and being careless is not a good thing, right? So there I used this Kakashi fireball to float in the air to avoid all those Amaterasus and all those jutsus in the ground. And that's just me counterplaying and understanding how the game works. Really good guard management there from me. And that time he adapted, but he was not respecting any of my characters, and he got a cartoon to the face. Big disgrace, baby. So it is what it is. You got to be careful. Cartoons to the face is how things happen. This is how it all goes wrong, right? So you got to be careful. Perfect counter. Amazing counter bait. He did that. I know that he did that in his mind. He literally made me run into his counter, and I love to see it. That's a very high levels of skill there. He gets points for that for sure. So very nice use of the Chidori as well, but I'm being patient. Guarding on the ground gives your guard more shield. If you guard in the air, it's less shield, or it was like that in past games. We're going to have to double check that, but it looks like that's the case. And that Chidori is crazy. It's a great character to have, a great jutsu to use, except for it gets hit by projectiles. And here we are. Ooh, he missed his counter dash. Because I dashed in, he can punish my dash with a counter dash. So he missed it. And he's just not respecting my supports or my jutsu, and he's just getting blown up by that. You don't want to just sit there and get hit by those things. You need to try to get some value there and get out of there. Okay. Yep. You can't just go into those supports. Instead of complaining about those supports, try to interact with them, try to respect them. But instead, no one respects them and they just think they're broken and they're not skill based. I'm here to tell you, after using them for like a long time in the last couple weeks, I haven't used them never until about a week or two ago, about 2 weeks ago. And then I started using them and I realized that there's a lot of skill revolving around using them. It's not as simple as just using them. Otherwise, every single person would use them and every single person would be 99999 BP. But that is not the case. You still need some skill. So here we did a mash trap where I kept mashing and subbing, and then he got caught in the mash. Here we did a tag entry that stuns him long enough to get him on the ground, to get him into combo time, and that's just a punish. A lot of what I'm doing to him is a punish for having bad choices being made, and even though he's really skilled, he just doesn't really understand fully how to play this game. And I think a long time ago when the game first came out, I played him in ranked with a DontLoseToFear account, and I beat him. And he beat me, actually. He beat me once or twice. I think for sure once. I don't know about twice. But I beat him a little bit more than he beat me. But now I'm undefeated against him. And that's fine. But a big reason why is he's on Itachi again. You need to get off of Itachi. If you were on like another character, like maybe Shisui, I don't know. Actually, all your characters kind of have low defense, right? So like you kind of need one character to get in there that will have good defense, because I know you're playing an Uchiha team and all that, but there's just no benefit to it. The game doesn't want you to play like that. It doesn't reward you for playing a real name team. Storm 4, maybe there was still a case for that, but in this game, because of how just how they made the game, it's not good, dude. You need to think more about strategy. You know, maybe put in Unmasked Obito because he's got insanely good defense. I think he's a level 5, you know, something like that. Or War Toby. Right? So take out one of your guys and put in War Toby, because you do need that one brawler that's going to tank defense for you, tank damage for you, and have higher defense. So yeah, I mean, let's see what happens here. Good movement and pretty good switching. I love that. I love to see the combo switch into Jitsu. I thought I was the only person that did that, and he did a really great job. So it's cool to see this person play like this. I like it a lot. Very nice, smart, intelligent decision to go in after Chidori. But you're stuck in the combo again, and you are cooked. So you got to be careful, right? A lot of the characters you're using are paper tigers. So, and once again, stuck in the Tamari Jitsu. We're not adapting. We're not learning. We can blame the Jitsu, but it's not the Jitsu. It's more about you don't know how to interact with it. You don't have the way. You don't know how to counter it or anything like that. And you need to be able to do that. So. Nice. Very nice movement. Good job. Got stuck in the gust dance. And again here. All right, another Kamui. And it's over for you. Okay, guys. We're going to rate him and see where he can improve as well. So let's stop for now. What we're going to do is, I've kind of made those suggestions, right? You want to build a little bit more, a team that isn't built of 3 leads and 3 paper tigers. This team is actually pretty good overall. I'd probably give it a 7.5 out of 10 or a 7 out of 10. I wouldn't give it less than a 7, but I wouldn't really give it, it's nowhere near in the 8s. And what does that mean? It means it has really good team synergy, but he didn't use the synergy well, and not using the synergy well leads to him losing the game. That is something that he may or may not see, right? Other aspects of that are that he's not using the switch mechanic properly. He is not switching and utilizing the support recovery glitch, which was the chakra recovery glitch in Storm 4, but they fixed that that occurrence, right, in that glitch where you get your chakra back in Storm 4, and now they've created it so that you get your support back, right? Either intentionally or unintentionally, it doesn't really matter. But you need to be using that if you're going to be playing competitively at a high level. Otherwise, it's just not good, especially in this type of team build where it's like a switching Storm 2 generations playstyle. People say it's a Storm 3 playstyle, but it's not. It's, if anything, it's Gen's playstyle, because that's when subs first came around, but it's really a Storm 2 playstyle where you have a lead and you just use your supports, right? So you need to be, the style I'm kind of using is kind of like the Storm 2 Gen's playstyle, right? Or what people would say is a Storm 3 playstyle. But I can still switch and do stuff. I'm just working on the fundamentals, and I'm doing what the team kind of wants you to do, right? Like, I'll talk more about my teams later, but I think the other way he can improve is just really working on his spacing and positioning. He has a lot of skill. He did a lot of great things with counters, but he got a lot of counters wrong. Now, that's where it comes into place, where I think the first fight was probably laggy for him and not for me as much. And this is what happens. It's a teeter-totter effect, where sometimes it affects me and then other times it affects the other player. But the people don't really realize. They just get upset and they leave and they don't know why, or they get upset and they blame it on spamming and they don't know why. But it's not that. The core issue is always the netcode. The core issue is always the lag. The core issue is always the delay. The core issue is always the fluctuating frame rate dropping and increasing, which completely makes the game unplayable and uncompetitive. But there are certain characters and supports you can use that make it lag proof and lag resistance, and I will get into that later on. But you know, PTS or Shikamaru, Shippuden Shikamaru, is actually pretty much lag proof. So if you wanted to ever add him to your team, you could. But there's a lot of other characters that are lag proof. I'm looking into it right now, guys, and we'll get back to you on that. But another character I can tell you that's lag proof is Tamari's not quite there, but she's really close. She's highly lag resistant, so she's pretty good. But other characters that are lag proof are, well, there's certain things like Six Pass Madara's Awakening, lag proof, right? So Neji's Mash, lag proof, but the rest of him, not really. Hinata, Shippuden Hinata, used to be the best support in the game, one of the top 5 best supports in the game. She's completely useless now. You can make her work, but she's not even top 20 support. Reason why, online, offline maybe, but online, she suffers vastly from the lag, loses tracking, doesn't work properly, gets interrupted. So these are types of things you don't want in the team, right? So the Chidori is actually lag proof, and he had that, and he wasn't relying on that. So when you realize you have this kind of game, you got to make the switches and maybe go to Sasuke, set up a good Chidori, or once you're on, if you're on a touch or Shisui by chance, you set up the Chidori, and then you set up an Amaterasu or a Halo Dance Fire Jutsu, Triple Blade Fire Jutsu, to set that up, and then you go back into the Chidori. So this is the mechanism and the switch mechanism on how to switch like a true pro. Whether people do, not a lot of people are doing this these days. I've been doing it. I was probably the first to do it because I've been using this switch tech since Storm 4. And it's the skill-based switch tech that you had to use to win the game a lot of the time. Some people use it in Storm 4, but they abuse the hell out of it. And they do it as to do it, but they don't understand why they're doing it. And because they don't understand why they're doing it, they fumble the bag and they mess up, and then they end up just losing and not having consistent wins over time. So I have consistent wins over time. I win a lot. And I understand and know what I'm talking about. And I'm trying to help you guys. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be anything negative. I'm trying to help you guys and explain what the game is, what you can do to get better. Now, nothing but peace and love to all you guys. I hope you have a fantastic day, an amazing day. If not, I hope it gets better for you soon. Peace. So we're going to rate Divine Empress here. There's 20 different categories currently, and it's all out of 100. So that's 2,000 points. 20 times 100 is 2,000 points. This person scored 1,304 out of 2,000, so they got a 65.2% rating. So their switching is a 71% or a B-. A positioning, their positioning knowledge and the positioning in the fight was a 73, B-. Jutsu, B+, 77. Decision making, B-, 73. Defense, C+, 67. Combos, C-, 61. Tempo change, B+, 76. Rhythm, I guess a B, 76. Rhythm, 31. It's a fail. Counter, 73. B-. Aggression, we'll just give it a C minus or a C. Nah, C minus. Team build 84. We'll give it an A. Okay, it's a really good team. He just didn't fully use it properly. He did pretty good, but he didn't do the build itself is good. It's nothing to do with him whether he used it or not. Lag awareness 37. Not really great lag awareness. It's a fail. Sportsmanship, give it a 73. He was pretty good. He wasn't bad. He wasn't good. Really, maybe in sportsmanship, he could have got a lot higher. So there's that. I don't know. I only played him so many times. Passive, we'll give him a 57 because he's like very passive. We'll give him a D plus there. He's super passive. Aggressive only sometimes when it's safe, which is not good. You need to be aggressive every opportunity you can when to not get punished. You get aggressive as you can without getting punished. If you get punished, you're too aggressive. Dash pressure, 81 is pretty good. We give him an A minus. Matchup knowledge, 57. We're going to give him a D plus. Adaptability, C minus, 63. Movement, 77. So we'll give him a B plus on the movement, but maybe it's a B. Like maybe that should have even went lower to a B. Guard pressure, 57 with jails and guard pressure. We'll give him a B, a D plus. Opponent team knowledge, we'll give him a D minus at 53. Okay, guys, that's the breakdown. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Peace.